I just how I come at your guys, man. My nigga say that shit, sure official, man. You know what I'm saying? Free me, my nigga. Free me. I've been down for the dollars, nigga. I'm so official, nigga. For sure, man. Free Roddy, nigga.
Eddie got another one.
Yo, what up? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Outside Looking Inside with your guy, Fatty. If you ain't hit that subscribe button yet, man, you tripping. Go ahead and do that. Tell a friend too, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like or that dislike, however you feel. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad. Before I get off into this, I want to thank everybody that sent me questions and comments, you know what I'm saying, and told me they like the show. I'm definitely gonna keep it popping. We ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up, 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 up. You know, so hop in on the ground flow, stick with me, and watch the improvements. But I got a couple questions sent to me, so I want to hop off into these and answer these real fast. The first question was, what role did religion or spirituality play in your incarceration? I wish I could say it played a big role, but it really didn't. As far as me, going to church and all that stuff, I always believed in God. I just didn't do too much praying unless I was in trouble. I mean, I guess a lot of y'all can understand that. But it was one point in time in my life, real quick, where I decided to get off into it, and I hooked up with this guy from Toledo. I can't remember his name. He was a good dude, spiritual dude, and he was teaching me the Bible and teaching me how to pray, and we was doing Bible studies and stuff. And he told me these three things. He said, now that you start doing this, you're gonna lose friends. You're gonna like a lot of strange things gonna start happening, unexplainable things, and people you haven't heard from you're gonna hear from people that you haven't heard from in a while. So he said it, and then as time went on, all of those things manifested. Each and every one of those things manifested. But the part that I really didn't like was I really didn't care about losing friends or nothing else. But the part that I didn't like was people started passing away that I knew. And first it started with people that I just heard about. Then it went to people that I knew, but we really weren't close. Then it got to people that was close. Then it got to people that was closer. Then my granddad. Then my brother. So I'm thinking like, wow, I can't afford to lose nobody else, and so that kind of steered me away. So I told my wife, but back then we was just together. So she was my girlfriend then, but I told her about the situation, and she explained it to me, and it made a lot of sense, but still I was kind of shook, and I just didn't want to risk it, so I stopped going through it. But what she told me was that's the devil. That's the devil. You've been a loyal servant of his for so long, and now that you're trying to go and deal with God, he's trying to do everything in his power to stop that. Oh, excuse me. So he's trying to do everything in his power to stop that, just like he just made me yawn right there. He don't like me talking about it. So, yeah, but she told me that, and it made a lot of sense. But at the time, I was shook. I really didn't want to, because I'm thinking like, if God know what's going on, why is he letting this go on? Then I stumbled on the book of Job, and that really made me feel like a way. Back then, I really didn't understand it much, but now today I understand it a whole lot better. My mind is so much clearer as far as that situation go. But I know that I'm blessed. Like I said, I couldn't have made it through that situation without him being on my side. I'm a child of God. I'm definitely a child of God. I know he was on my side. He walked with me and made me through, because there's so many people in there that was in the same situation that I was in and did the time that I did that's much for brains. They on medication, or they didn't just went all the way to the dark side, institutionalized and everything. So I feel very blessed. And but to answer the question, I wasn't a real spiritual person while I was locked up, incarcerated. Moving on, the three books that I read that had the biggest impact on my mindset while in prison, and why? 3 books. I read a lot of books. A lot of them was urban fiction, and then I got into the guy James Patterson. I like his books. I like his style, the way he write books. But the books that impacted me, I could say, The Art of War was one. It really wasn't what I don't know what I was expecting when I read it. I just know it was a real popular book in prison, and everybody was trying to get it. The Art of War. Oh, you got The Art of War? Let me read that when you done with it. You know what I'm saying? People was stealing it. People was fighting for it, and all type of stuff. So, I had high expectations for it. But when I got in and I started reading it, I'm thinking like, some of this stuff I do already. And I was only like in my early 20s, and I'm like, man, it's kind of describing me a little bit. Um, so yeah, that was cool. That was a cool read for me. Rich Dad Poor Dad was another one, because that one took me out of the mind frame of see, like society, they want us all to be employees. You know, they even in schools they teach and groom us and our kids to be employees. They don't show us how to be employers, bosses. You feel me? So that book, and when I got it, I read it. I thought it was going to be like a real estate book, and it had a little bit of real estate in there, but it also opened my mind up to being a boss, an employer, and not just an employee. So that was a powerful book for me. Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Thinking for a Change. I say that one. That book was good too. I explained some of the stuff in one of my previous videos about thinking for a change and how that helped me, because I was very impulsive, and when I get upset or I get the feeling away, back then it didn't matter what nobody had to say. It didn't matter. I didn't care about their point of view. It was all about me. And then I just react and do something, and then later on I found out I was wrong, and it's just oops. You know, but now that I've read that book and studied that book and went through the class, I I don't have those oops moments no more. I can get down to it. I can actually, talk. We can talk it out and get to the bottom of it, and I can say, oh yeah, I'm wrong, or you wrong, and we just need to find a way to deal with it and fix it without it blowing up and going to something else. So yeah, those my three. And my own. I write books too, like James Patterson. Uh, Reading his books, he helped me. He influenced me. Well, his style influenced me. I don't write James Patterson type books. I write urban fictions, but I got 5 of them. I'll be letting y'all know about them soon when I put them out. But Street Life 1, Street Life 2, and Street Life Part 3. I got Game of Goons, and I got Do It How I Go. And another informational book will be 10 legal ways to make money starting with $150 or less. So yeah, stick around, stay tuned, like I said, because we got a lot of stuff coming up in the very near future. Let me get to another question. How often did you see people go home and then end up right back in prison with you? I think that that's all they was doing. People that was going home, they was coming right back. A story about a dude that went home and came right back. He wasn't a friend of mine, and I actually didn't like this guy because the guy was a real disrespectful dude. We was in the same age bracket, and I used to just sit back and just wait for him to just cross my path so I could put hands on him or something. I didn't like him at all. He was from Cleveland. I can't remember his name, but he was a real ignorant little dude. And they might have been saying that about me too, but this dude right here, I did not like this guy. And mainly because he didn't have a lot of time. Like everybody that was on the pod that I was on had a lot of time, or then been in for a long time and still had a lot of time to do. So he only had like maybe 18 months or something. So he used to always walk around. Yeah, when I get out, I'm a F these dudes, baby mama, and yeah, I'm gonna be getting coochie and making money and riding around, and they gonna still be in here and they sell and this and that and this and that, and that's just, to me, I felt like that was disrespectful, to just try to rub that type of stuff in people's faces. So I used to always make little comments. He never commented back. I was trying to bait him, but he never commented back. When he used to be saying stuff like that, I say like, you can't go home with a broke jaw. Can't go home with a broke jaw, my guy. You feel me? But he just used to ignore me and not say nothing. He ain't fall for my trap. So that's why we ain't get into it. But he used to always make little comments. So anyway, he said with this big stocky dude, this big dude from Akron. I remember his name, but I ain't gonna say his name because he a turkey. He might try to sue or something. So I ain't gonna say his name. But he was a big stocky dude from Akron. He had like this little haircut with the long little shag thing in the back. Corny dude, but he was cocky. It looked like if you seen him and you had to face off with him or fight him, you like, man, I might need a bat or a brick or something with this dude. But nah, he was softer than baby food. Really though. A lot of them cocky dudes softer than baby food. A whole bunch of them. But that just be a look. But anyway, the little dude was selling with him, and on the little guy's out date, he was leaving. So I guess, no, the little dude didn't have no TV, and the cocky dude had a TV. So they was going through something inside of their cell to where the little dude wasn't allowed to touch his TV or something like that. So the little dude waited till the day he was about to leave. He picked the dude TV up and slammed it. Boom, break it. And just tearing up all the other dude's stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this big cocky dude, like he was like 6'2", 250, something like that. He stood there with his shag and cried. Listen to me. Cried. Real tears, crocodile tears, and cried while this dude ramshacked his cell, broke all his electronics and everything. And left out laughing. Y'all still gonna be up in here. Y'all about to lock up for count time, nigga. I'm about to go get some coochie and all this and that and this and that. Boom. So everybody was cussing him out on the way home, on his way out the door. They locked us up. I was mad. I was heated. Like, oh man. But I was that was when I found out that the cocky dude was a sucker. So anyway, the guy go home. Like I said, he was from Cleveland, but he hooked up with another guy and they go into Akron. Now, all this was on the news. All this was on the news and the newspapers and everything. Like, I don't think this dude was home for a week. And they went to Akron and they did a home invasion in Akron. So the little guy that I'm telling you about, he went in the house and he had a shotgun. I don't know what the other guy had, but he had a pistol too. So they go in the house doing a home invasion, and nobody's in the house but a female. And the female was holding her baby, a little baby. So the story go, they had curtains, them long curtains that come all the way down to the floor. So they was in the living room or whatever. He had her at shotgun gunpoint, and they robbing the house or whatever. And he took a step back and stepped on the curtain and brung the whole curtain thing down. So that startled him. Pull on the trigger, shoot the girl, kills the female while she holding her baby in her hand. So now she on the floor, dead, with her child on her chest. And they did it. So they end up getting caught, apprehended, and now he's sitting on death row. 7 days out of the penitentiary. And all that, you know what I'm saying, he was doing about what he was going to do and how everybody was going to still be locked up. Now he in there on death row. So that's like the most tragic story out of all of the stories I know about people going home. I mean, other than getting killed. But yeah, he was a piece of crap. He was a piece of crap. And I still don't like him. But yeah, outside looking inside, Keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming, man. I love them. Thank you very much. You already know I'm going to keep doing this. We're going to keep getting better and better. I got something real special for y'all coming up too. So stick around, man. Hit that subscribe button. Share it. Tell a friend. Everything, because it's really going down. Thank y'all. Be safe. 1,000.
I'm so official. I do what I want because I know that I can.